Hello, Matrix. Let's talk about something that's been a game changer in the world of artificial intelligence: large language models. Ever wondered how an AI can understand and generate natural language texts, comprehend the context, and respond to your questions? Well, today's your lucky day. In this video, we'll go on an exciting journey to understand how these technological marvels work. These language models have recently made breakthroughs in terms of how it can accurately articulate and understand what you're talking about. So how does it work? Imagine having a conversation with a friend. You say something, and your friend responds based on what you said, right? Now think of a large language model as a friend who has read a lot, like millions of books, articles, and websites. But instead of years, this friend reads everything in a matter of days, or less. This friend is quite intelligent, able to understand the context of your questions, and can generate human-like responses. That's a simplified way of how these language models work. These models are trained using tons of text data. This training involves learning to predict the next word in a sentence. For example, if you say, "the sky is," our language model friend would likely predict blue as the next word. It does this by analyzing patterns in the data it was trained on. Now you're probably wondering, how does it learn these patterns? Well, the answer lies in the architecture of these models, specifically in something called neural networks. Think of a neural network as the brain of our language model. It's composed of many interconnected nodes, or neurons, just like the neurons in our brain. Each neuron holds a tiny piece of information. When you input a sentence, each word is transformed into a numeric form called a vector and fed into this network. These vectors pass through layers of neurons, getting modified at each step based on the information each neuron holds. The final layer then predicts the most likely next word. But it's not just predicting one word at a time. It considers the entire context of the conversation. That's why it's able to generate responses that seem so, well, human. Now you might ask, but how does it know what to say when I ask something totally new? Great question. The magic lies in the training process. Since our language model friend has read so much, it has seen countless examples of how words, phrases, and sentences are structured. It uses this knowledge to generate responses, even for new questions it's never seen before. Of course, language models aren't perfect. Sometimes they might give responses that don't make sense, or might misinterpret what you're saying. But the beauty of AI is that it's constantly learning and improving. A key concept here is generalization. Generalization in AI is the ability of a model to give correct outputs for inputs it has never seen during training. It's like when you apply what you've learned in school to solve problems in real life. Our AI friend is trained to do the same, taking all it learned from the books and articles it read and applying that knowledge to new conversations. And these models are getting bigger and smarter. You might have heard about GPT-3, one of the largest and most powerful language models to date. It has 175 billion, yes, billion with a B, parameters. Parameters are like individual bits of knowledge the model has learned. The more parameters, the more knowledge, and the better the model can understand and respond. The world of AI and language models is fascinating, isn't it? They're becoming integral parts of our daily lives, helping us with everything from answering queries to writing emails, and even creating content like this video script. And that's a wrap, folks. If you're a bit lost or overwhelmed, don't worry. It's a complex field, and you're just beginning. But as we dive deeper into these topics in future videos, you'll start feeling more and more comfortable with them. Trust the process. So, what do you think about large language models? Are you excited about what AI has in store for us in the future? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to stay updated with more interesting content about science and AI from WS Matrix. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.